Hi, everybody. In this episode, we're going to switch things up. I'm going to try to do some different tricks, things that I don't normally always do, and some switch tricks like that switch ollie. And maybe work on some things I don't spend enough time on, or at least work some different tricks into my lines and just kind of what I play around with while I'm at the skate park. So as always, that was my warm-ups, but today I did make sure to get like Fakie and Nollie and switch ollies in there. And then we're on the mani pad, just still kind of warming up, half cab up and ollie down there. This one I kind of walk up and switch just to kind of get the idea and the feel of going what I feel like is the wrong way with a little half cab off. And now we're going to build on that. So that was a nollie front 180 down, which I never ever do, and I was surprised to actually get it because I don't practice those. And there's a switch ollie up and a switch ollie down, which is just, this is such great practice for me, just to keep trying to do new things. It's good for my brain and body to try to change it up like this. Here I'm trying to get a switch front 180 down, but I can't clean it up because it's obviously much harder. I did get a cleaner one, but not really any one that I would say, ooh, that one was really good. And then I've been wanting to do this for a while. I can do a Fakie manual or switch nose manual, whichever one you want to call it. And I decided I was going to try to finally get this on the mani pad a little better and kind of walk it up there and then see if I can hold that manual. And here on this try, I finally make it across the mani pad. And then when I come off, it's just a mess, right? So that's my first time making it all the way across the mani pad in switch nose manual. When I got to the end, my mind went completely blank. I was like, how do I get off of the mani pad in switch nose manual? I don't know. So I guess we'll work on that in the future. But anyway, let's go over to the bump to ledge that I've been enjoying so much. These are just to get me warmed up on it. There's a frontside 50, here's a backside 50. And that I've been sort of thinking for a while that I wanted to try a backside 50-50 down the hubba part, not go through the flat and then to the down. Okay, committed on second try. It's really scary to force myself to try to get into a back 50 on a down ledge. I've never done this before. And before long, I was getting close, though. At least I was committing to it. Finally got one here, even though they're still a little sketchy. I wasn't locking in the way I want to. And then on this one, my board decided it was going to sabotage me. Whacked my elbow pretty good there. It was pretty sore the next couple of days, but nothing serious. But, you know, having your board come back to your foot when you don't expect it is just a nightmare. So now I'm going to go back up with frontside 50-50. This bump to ledge and frontside 50-50 is just so fun. And then when I usually finish that and get up here, I usually try to do a little bit of a line. There, I tried to work in the switch front 180. It wasn't very good, but I'm trying to work it into more of my regular stuff. And I'll try to maybe get my switch tricks incorporated in this way if I kind of just throw something switch in from time to time just for practice. And this time it's just a switch ollie and then a fakie shove, but that's a different line. I've never done that before. And now I'm going to go back to front side nose slide, my new obsession, my new trick that I'm really enjoying a lot. And trying to get that and then do some sort of line with it, a little nollie shove there. So here I wanted to change it up and I brought nose slides to the bigger box on the flat ground. It's higher than the other one, than the bump to ledge. Usually it's a challenge for me to get on this at all. And the backside nose slides were going okay, and I had gotten that one earlier on first try. It made me confident trying to bring the frontside nose slide in, but I don't know what's wrong with me because I love it on that bump to ledge back there, but frontside nose slide on this higher flat ledge, I couldn't really lock it in. I could get kind of some slide here and there, but not locked, not in that position where I can just keep sliding it like I can on the bump to ledge. So I don't know. Again, it's me and I'm weird and there's something wrong in my brain. So here we are on the bank, and these are just all switch tricks. I decided I'm going to try to do some of my switch things on the bank. Some of these were first try, which was awesome. They're not great, but that's switch, because switch is just really difficult. An ollie up the bank there. I don't usually do a lot of things up the bank, and then one over the hip. And then this one, for some reason, felt surprisingly good. The switch front 180 over the hip. I'm going to have to do that from a little bit more from now on. Right there, we had the worst primo I've ever had on a kickflip up over the hip. I got a 1 1/4 flip out of it and just got pitched. Luckily, that one didn't get me hurt. And then I came back and fought for an actual kickflip again. So since I was having some success with switch, that was a lot of S's, I decided I was going to try to get a switch heel. I can get these once in a while, and today I was really surprised that it took only about 10 tries to get one. Sure, they're not rolling still, but that's a big deal for me to be able to do that trick at all. And then toward the end, I started messing around with Fakie flip, and I got incredibly close a whole bunch of times, but I didn't get it this day because I had to go. I ran out of time at the skate park, and I was like, dang it, I really want to get that Fakie flip. So I think this is 2 days later. I'm back doing my warm-ups, and I am still trying to do varials and backside flips in my warm-ups so that I don't lose those. I don't think I ever really got a varial today. That one had a heel touch, and it was really bad. Backside flips here didn't go great, but I just need to not ignore them. I need to keep trying them even though they're difficult. So then, like I said earlier, I was really excited to try that Fakie flip. It was like one of those things that was like rare to have so much success early on a trick, and I was like, I can land this thing. I've got to get one. So here's some of the good tries. It was a little bit of a battle this day of trying to actually land one and get that balance because you're rolling the wrong direction, or at least what feels like the wrong direction. But I knew that mechanically it was there, the flip and the balance and everything. All I need to do is actually land on it. And so finally, it feels really good to get a new trick again, something I've never thought I would ever do before, but we're finally there, getting another trick to put a check mark next to.
Let's go! Let's go! Woo!
And it's crazy that it actually flipped really well too, and I caught it a little bit. Like, that's actually better than most of my kick flips. So Fakie flip, you know I'm going to be doing these in the future. But I didn't just want one, I wanted two to make it true, and I wanted to capture it from a little bit of a different angle. So this is me, the same session, same day, battling for a second one because I've got to get one more. Can't just let it be a fluke on those days when you're really feeling good about something.
There it is. Nice. Yes. Two to make it true.
Okay, so let's go back to the bump to ledge and go back to front side nose slide. I wanted to lock some of these in again because I was frustrated from the other day on the higher ledge on flat ground where I couldn't really get these, and I was like, wait, why is the bump to ledge so much better for this? And I still can't really explain it. I think it has to do with the speed and the angle and the height of the ledge. For some reason, this one is comfortable and then the higher one on the flat is not, but it's hard for me to understand why they should be so different. And I got a couple of them that locked in really well. I'm starting to slide the majority of the ledge. I'd love to actually pop off the end of this one of these days and maybe even add a shove it or some sort of variation on the exit. That would be amazing. So there we are, trying that switch front 180 yet again. Got to get some things in a line and add those switch tricks in. And if you've been here before, you know I love a good slow-mo shot, so I wanted to get a slow-mo of one of these nose slides. I'm pretty happy with this one, got a nice clean landing there. And so now we're going to do something a little different. It's not switch, but I wanted to do something up out of the bank. And I've been thinking about flip tricks up out of the bank. And so today, for whatever reason, I felt like starting with the heel flip. I've never actually landed a heel flip up out of a bank until that one. And this might actually be the best heel flip I've ever done. I landed bolts, no tic-tacs, just rolled away. That never happens for me. So that felt great. So what other tricks can I do up out of a bank? Pop shove it felt like the other thing I should try. So after a handful of tries, I finally got one there, but it had a goofy little wobble to it. And so I wanted to get another one, and I got one that's pretty good, but still kind of a weird tic-tac motion at the end, but not too bad. Tried to get a second shove it in a row back there, but, you know. And then after this frontside 50-50, a trick to do in a line that I don't do often enough. I need to bring these back. Fakie big spin, that was the Fakie mostly big spin, but if I would practice those kind of like that after rolling down a bank, I would get better at them. So I need to work that in. This 50-50 right here is really special because I actually slightly popped out. And so we've got one more here, and then as I roll back, I'm going to try something kind of crazy. I'm going to try that Fakie flip. Now, I don't actually get it, unfortunately, but it's a really good flip, and I got surprisingly close. So just thinking about these different tricks, doing switch and Fakie and Nollie stuff that I don't normally do, is doing me a lot of good. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.